Pardon me. A little tickle in my throat, but yeah, hello and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic, lovely dinosaur action using the pretty darn amazing Hulking Raptor. Not so much necessary for my Stampede dinos as you may have seen in the past, but yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I got my coffee ready to go. I might make another cup or something like that. Go for at least an hour here, but the list, as always, in the description. Looking forward to a lot of ruthless aggression and surprising the opponent quite a bit with the 2 extra green that the Hulking Raptor makes here. But otherwise, climbing the ladder. Hopefully, I should be redeeming myself from last night. That was pretty painful, but they can't all be good. This will be good. Much better, much better. Okay, where's it? There we are. Okay, good. I should know what I'm doing. I've done this about... All right, back on track. Yeah, like I was saying, I should know what I'm doing. I've done it for about 700 times. So I said 650 for a while, so it's probably closer to 700. The link tree to everything, as always, in the description, the Discord too, and it kind of re-inspired to retry the Hulking Raptor just from some YouTube comments. You can leave a comment anywhere you want. The Discord is probably the best one, but I will see them on whatever video. Maybe you happen to be brand new, you want the primer to give you the overall idea in depth, just how this exactly works, because it is crazy. I got to admit, if you're brand new, you're like, how is this even possible? You have no dorks, you have no marauding raptor, the cost reduction, cheap creatures that add mana. That's all right. Hulking Raptor, it's not the cheapest, of course, but worst case scenario, it's a dinosaur with haste that draws me a card, gains me some life, hopefully, if it happens to enter after the Vaultborn Tyrant is down. But the 2 green, it's like a Sunken Citadel, well, the classic pairing, this and Castle Garenbrig. I never need 3 Sunken Citadels, so the 2 green extra from Hulking Raptor would probably go a little bit to waste after I get the second Sunken. You have 2 Sunkens. As always, you can activate Castle Garenbrig there, but the extra green will come in handy at times. It's going to allow me to play that Archdruid's Charm a little bit sooner, more often, dig for something and play it in that same turn. Possibly play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. It's pretty crazy. There is a couple instances where I spend 3 green and I can still make 8 for this. 8 in the most stable way, which is, I think that's the most important point to showcase all the time. That's what I start off with. The opponent has removal, and oftentimes that does not matter. It's left in their hand because I haven't played too many early creatures. It's a pretty easy sell. You got some fatal pushes, some fiery impulses from, is it Phoenix? A little bit of white base removal, get lost from perhaps Azorius Control. All those opponents, their chances get lost as they wait to kill something. I don't play anything, and then boom, all of a sudden it's Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. But hopefully supported by Hulking Raptor, it dies pretty easily. It feels very, one of the worst feelings ever. Say I spend 4 for this, the opponent kills it. I didn't get ahead. I could have spent 4, or, well, I could have spent 6. The earliest that Hulking Raptor will be played with this particular dinosaur list would be turn 4, and that includes usually Castle Garenbrig, which I aim to activate at a bare minimum on turn 4 to make 6. That means I'm left over with 2. Instead, I have to imagine it would be better to play some creature that costs 6. 5, maybe, not waste 2 of that. You can only use it for creatures and their activated abilities, so you can't use the extra 2 for a Sylvan Scrying or a Commune with Dinosaurs. So playing this having it get killed when I didn't need to worry. And I usually don't worry about the opponent having removal. I play this, they use it up, that's okay. I don't have to worry about one piece of it. But if I didn't worry about that one piece of it already, why would I be playing this instead of, something bigger, something with hexproof, possibly. Of course, Carnage Tyrant is always pretty nice on turn 4. Hopefully Vaultborn Tyrant, though, that's the best. Well, Ghalta is the best, but it's more magical Christmas land that you get to 8 on turn 4. 8 that they can't stop. They could have some land destruction, but for the most part, you're good. You're good. You should be good. However, with the Hulking Raptor, that extra green, it could come in quite handy. There's going to be more scenarios where I'm flooded somewhat, and I have an extra 2, an extra 3. Because of the Hulking Raptor, I get to use it on Tranquil Frillback. That green is added in the first main phase when Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant drops everything I have in my hand. So the 1 or 2 green that's left over, in more cases, sink it into that Tranquil Frillback. Boom. Absolutely devastate certain strategies. Reanimation, getting big stuff from the graveyard, never fun. Greasefang, of course, could be a possibility if they haven't popped off on turn 3, getting a big vehicle out of the graveyard. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, and well, we might face some aggro tonight, and that's just always going to be rough. Likely always going to be rough, but there's definitely something out there, some perfect mixture to help increase I think I need more coffee. Increase the win rate against those particular types of decks. I probably need more sleep too, but that's all right. That's all right. I love this too much. I had a nap today, so we're good. We're good. I'm going to be putting opponents to sleep, though. That's for sure. And then still the fogs that I've been using. Just buy myself a bunch of turns and land a big thing because I survived over those turns. Make the opponent sink their boosting spells, monstrous rage, +3, +0. Well, bigger than, depends who they target, but those nasty aggressive decks. I'm still loving the fog stuff. Captain Dude Man, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. I forgot to say to everybody, we're going to have a good time here, which we certainly are. Oh, yes. Okay, we'll try maybe a match or two, Captain, and we'll switch out Hulking Raptor for the Splunking. The Splunking could actually be more helpful than Hulking Raptor in certain scenarios. Picture this, we got a Sunken, 2 Sunkens. Or maybe we have a Sunken Citadel, a Forest, and a Castle Garenbrig. Well, that's pretty good. Turn 1 Sunken Citadel, as I usually hope to do. Commune with Dinosaurs, digs to find another Sunken. Maybe on turn 2. Play the Forest, play Castle Garenbrig on turn 3, but with the 3 mana. And the Sunken still in my hand. The second one, that Commune grabbed, the Splunking is played, puts the second Sunken out. It is a cave. So with Splunking's ability, I gain 4 life. Pad the life total bit, stabilize perhaps, and that could be good. But I still think that Splunking maybe is a little bit better in lists that have more than 20 lands. It's been 20 lands for a long, long time. The potential of playing extras with its ability, I don't know. It's hard to say, but untapped lands is certainly very good. That's going to be quite appreciated, especially with commercial. That becomes like the best dual land. Certainly better than Stomping Ground. It's a mountain forest, just like Stomping Ground, but we have that ability to surveil, to get 1 turn closer to whatever I need the most, and oftentimes that's all it takes. Getting 1 turn closer, boom, completely changes things. You might only have 1 more turn that you can survive, and now all of a sudden we put an extra land into the graveyard, and underneath that could just be Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant to completely blow out the opponent. But yeah, a couple matches, Hulking Raptor, switch it out for that Splunking. Hopefully I remember to switch it out for the Splunking. I know you guys will remind me, but yeah, I just get so into it and Past 10, my goodness. I was so sure that I was going to be under 10 minutes there. It's crazy how time flies. We were just talking a bit about splunking some of the lands. You can imagine, and I certainly would be happy to do this, a more basic focused discussion, maybe talking for an entire hour. New people, any question you want to know, we go off into whatever direction makes the most sense, and I go over any sort of tidbit of information. That's good. That's pretty darn fantastic. The commercial district, the surveil, seeing what's on top, putting something into the graveyard. Never mind, we are likely dead because this is mono green devotion. If we're gonna win, it's gonna be getting the Sunken or the Archdruids or something like that. Archdruid's Charm next turn would be good. You don't need another Palani's Hatcher. So already the 2 commercial districts, I'm 2 turns closer to the Sunken, the Sylvan to grab the Sunken, the Archdruid's Charm. That's pretty good. I mean, we are mostly dead. I would imagine mostly dead next turn, as the opponent is about to make 5, yeah. They're about to make 5. It's going to be painful. I'm just glad I don't face mono green devotion too much. I'm sure most of you are glad, because mono green devotion is an absolutely amazing deck. Still is. Oh, that's rough. You would have, at least that's what I expected, to see 1 Commune, 1 Sylvan Scrying, 1 Archdruid's Charm, or 1 Sunken. That's a lot of stuff by this point. 16 cards, 1 of 16 things I would have been happy to see. Or even just another land. Would have been able to play that Hulking Raptor there too, but now I would imagine we are definitely too far gone. Even if there's a statistically high chance of seeing something that's going to make everything good, you got to weigh your options. It's always interesting to test things out, and if you never test it out, you're always mulliganing to always get the 2 lands or the 3 lands, whatever you need for your list, whether it's dinos or otherwise. Test your limits. Do the craziness, and you will find that you can get some pretty good wins. But not with this, not with this. Oh, you absolutely can't. I'm always gonna be prepared for the most common thing. Sometimes it is hard to not get down, but at least with this game, I think it can be easy to be resilient. It's mono green devotion. It's an amazing deck. It still is. Don't listen to the naysayers. I don't know, I would consider it a top deck. It's just not played as much. Absolutely pop off. The classic hate for that, they're going to have ways to bounce the permanents that stop Nykthos Shrine to Nyx from tapping for a ton of mana. Damping Sphere, it hurts me a little bit too much. Sometimes I've tried it. Alpine Moon for a single red. You name Nykthos, and Nykthos can only tap for 1 mana of any color. Of course, it's only ever going to tap for a red, but you can't win them all. If mono green was more popular, certainly I would maybe choose something to deal with it. But we'll keep it as is. I've gotten fortunate before. We're going first, which is always the best thing. I'm just happy it's not 5-color Quintorius combo with that avatar there. It made me a little bit worried. Quintorius discovers 4, and anything that it can hit is something that copies Quintorius, and then they chain that, and usually you're dead. That's a little bit too risky. Riskier than that first hand, for sure. That got worse. Just a bit. Just a wee bit. Maybe they're taking forever to decide because they want me to get mad and raging. Oh, absolutely. And I don't exactly like the leaning more towards the clickbait titles, you know, 75% win rate or 85% win rate. Yes, you did get a batch of games or a batch of matches where that was the win rate, but that's not sustainable. Absolutely. Oh no. Oh yeah. Certainly. I figured that's what you meant, Mythic, but yeah, a fantastic win rate is 54%, 55, 56%, which sounds pretty crazy, but we gotta send 2, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll send Palani's. Nah, I'll send Ghalta. Kind of don't need Commercial District. Yeah, we'll send it to the bottom. Hoping for an Archdruid's Charm or something like that. Yeah, it's crazy to know that an actual good win rate is not that much past 50. I think it surprises a lot of new people when they learn that fact. That's good, definitely. Of course, if I draw Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn, lovely. If I draw another Sunken Citadel, I play that and then search for Ghalta instead, but interesting. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Hulking Raptor. Get a boatload of mana next turn. Maybe draw Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, but wait a bit. I would prefer to use Archdruids to search for the Ghalta. Hulking Raptor, at the moment, it's as if Archdruids searched for a Sunken and played it. Next turn I'm able to make 8, so it is nice to just preserve the Archdruids for something else. Whatever makes the most sense. They could be dead right here. Close-ish. Well, that's not Ghalta, unfortunately. Well, I know we're searching for Ghalta, that's for sure. And hopefully we're not blown out, but I would imagine, they're making 11, 12 mana right now. Oh, yeah. I looked at that, yes. Whenever it enters you, something about dealing damage or whatever, certainly. It is a red dinosaur, so it could be a little bit rough, but an enter the battlefield effect always gets my interest. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, putting it onto the battlefield. Quite reasonable. Are we going to be able to blast through next turn with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant? I wouldn't think so. Not too bad, not too bad. Can they play Kiora Behemoth Beckoner? Oh, never mind. They just played another Nykthos as their land for the turn to tap it, make 14, which is a reasonable amount. It's less than 20 mana. And they would have used 3 of that 14 for Kiora to untap Nykthos, tap it again for 15. So, I mean, they were only roughly making probably 30. It could be worse. They could have made 40, so 30 is quite a bit less. And we got to look at the positive. Absolutely. Got to look at the positive side of things. It's a pretty small positive, but there's no way around it. You're just dead. Done. Well, again, like I mentioned, there is a ways around it, but those ways, my favorite ways, are permanents. That's either getting bounced, destroyed by Boseiju who endures. You know that's going to be in there. Yeah. Hopefully it's not back-to-back mono green devotion. That hand, though, pretty darn perfect. We should be seeing a Sunken, the Sylvan, or the Archdruids to grab it, and then all of a sudden they could simply be dead. We got Ghalta Stampede Tyrant right there, hoping to draw, Palani's Hatcher, I kind of like Commercial District. Nah, we don't need that anymore. It would be lovely to draw that Sylvan Scrying next turn. We have enough lands. Eventually we will be getting to... Oh, never mind. It's Rakdos Aggro. Rakdos Aggro going first is... well, I would say we lose, as it usually goes. But we got the fogs. 8 fogs. And I've won because of those before. Time will tell still if that's the best way to beat them, at least for me. Whatever is the best way. Of course, you could be using a different deck, but anybody is scared of Rakdos Aggro. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter how much removal you're packing. You could be on the edge of simply being decimated by one little mouse or the Monastery Swift Spear. I fear the spear, that's for sure. Oh yes, okay. Captain Dude Man, 100%. I would be using Ghalta Primal Hunger with a mana value of 12. That could simply just finish off the opponent. But kind of like the opponent finished me off. Okay, fog time it is. Maybe I should have like a little fog animation for these instances. It's certainly not going to be the last time we face this particular type of deck. I kind of like Hulking Raptor though. Early creature, could potentially block. Make a bunch of mana, have extra to, spend on the Archdruids, leave a little bit over for the Fog or the Haze of Pollen on the opponent's next turn. So leave the Hulking there, Tyrranax Rex, trimming that for sure, and Commune with Dinosaurs. Again, keeping in mind, there are a lot of stuff now that Commune can't grab. The Fogs, Sylvan Scrying, Archdruids. It can be pretty rough, definitely. Yeah, chomping Mastosaur. I might have to dip my claw into alchemy, perhaps, because that is a pretty cool effect. Maybe one of these nights coming up here. Hey, I got a Fog and I got a Sylvan off the Commercial District, the source of green there. Of course, the mana base is basically all green, so I should be mostly guaranteed to see at least one. Okay, not too bad. They haven't played any creatures. Lovely. So we still get to continue to advance the game plan. I could see us getting the Hulking Raptor down. Again, making a bunch of mana is going to be quite nice. Oh yeah. Combining Skullspore Nexus, chomping Mastosaur. I love it. I kind of love this too. Maybe the Fogs plus the Hulking Raptor. An additional way to get ahead, kind of cheap. Going to save ourselves from... maybe. We'll see if they play a Monstrous Rage on anybody. Definitely using Fog if that's the case. See how big everybody gets. Oh, yeah. I'm saving myself from taking 9, that's for sure. I'm spending 4 for Hulking Raptor next turn. Oh. Okay. Nah, it's gotta be Hulking Raptor. I like that. I like that a lot. We could maybe get Ghalta if we get a land that enters untapped. That would be nice. Oh. Reckless Rage? Like I said, Hulking Raptor dies. We didn't achieve a whole lot of anything, but it still could have been nice. Reckless Rage is lovely stuff. The classic removal spell for dinosaurs with Enrage, the original Ixalan dinosaurs. A bunch of them, whenever they're dealt damage, you do something. And, this could be something. Am I going to win because of the fogs? I think so. If I draw land that enters untapped, they die. 1, 2. Okay. Hopefully they can't deal too much to me. But this is good. We get a land, which is, of course, always lovely stuff. We still have 2 green for the Haze of Pollen that I was able to save. And now, if they don't kill me, I would kill them. Oh, Ramanap Ruins. Never mind. I always forget about the Ramanap Ruins. Again, it's hit or miss. It's not like the fogs completely solve those particular matchups, but that was pretty darn close. I think I like the fogs the most, even though it's not a crazy amount, but I like them the most because you buy yourself a turn, but you let the opponent expend some resources, pumping up all their creatures. They lose a bunch of gas. They deal nothing. I feel like that's a little bit better. We'll jump right into the next one as it goes. I'm drinking instant coffee tonight. Black instant coffee. Well, it's always black coffee, the healthiest. Hopefully this is Azorius control. Well, they would be controlling us quite a bit because we have no lands. That would be very rough. Yeah. I think a lot of us probably forget about the Ramanap Ruins. Certainly if I had remembered about it, I would have used the fog to save myself. If I was at 3, potentially I could have lived. Azorius control. Oh. The concealed. Oh. Well, hey, look. I kept a very stable hand in the face of hand hate. The way I get there can't be discarded usually by the hand hate if it's a land. If I keep a hand like that. But think about it. Picture this. 12 things, technically 16, that I would love to see. Commune to dig for castle. Castle itself. Cavern of Souls could be good. I do imagine we're facing Esper Greasefang, though. They're going to be discarding a couple things here. I haven't had anyone counter a fog yet. I mean, it's bound to happen. Probably Captain if I face off against Azorius humans. Pretty sure it's Azorius humans. They have the Mimic from Bloomborough copying their human lords or whatever makes the most sense. Thalia's Lieutenant, Mockingjay or Mockingbird, I believe it is, enters, copies Thalia's Lieutenant, puts a counter on all the humans. It's pretty good, pretty deadly, but they do splash for blue a bit for that Mockingbird. So I could imagine there's a couple counter spells somewhere in there. Hopefully not a counter spell here. Oh boy. Hey, oh, folks. Next turn they die. Maybe effectively. I mean, we're still at 20. Hopefully they don't have Greasefang. Okay, we get a Regisaur or Palani's next turn. We might be able to squeak by. Certainly Tranquil Throwback is coming in for game 2 to hate against the graveyard here. I'm just happy Greasefang didn't pop off super early. Of course, I would have finished off things on the spot. Big thing. Another Vaultborn would actually be lovely. That's good. This is very, very good. All the triggers from Vaultborn stacking above the second instance of the second Ghalta, the ability. There's a very real chance we draw at least one big thing. Hopefully it's 2 creatures off of these 3 triggers. Could all be lands. Creature. Let's go with creature. Oh, we got the planes. We got the... Okay. As long as they don't have removal. It's going a bit downhill for them. I could see them having some removal for 2. That would suck. They will attack with everything. We still would perhaps live. I believe they have to block with everybody. Can't really block with a token. I feel like those two angels would want to double block to either take out Vaultborn or Carnage Tyrant, or they pack it in. There's no sense to do the math. We've got to be, you know what.
Ruthless aggression. Oh!
Rough stuff. Tends to do the trick. So we got 8, 16, 5. Yep, nope, that, there you go. Just dead. Tranquil Throwback, 100%. Keeping in the Hulking Raptor, like I mentioned, that extra green, doing Tranquil Throwback's ability there a little bit. Trim T-Rex, and we're off to the races. Certainly, I want to maintain Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, probably in most situations, even against aggro. We buy enough time and we do the thing that could potentially be the most deadly, dropping everybody, dropping the opponent if they haven't killed us in time. It seems to be, something you would want to maintain all the time. Game 1, game 2, anything like that. Not quite gonna cut it. One land, no. We'll have to try again. One more time. Oh, second time's the charm. Third time's the charm. I'm gonna keep the Vaultborn Tyrant send. Actually, I should probably play it. No. Yeah. I'll hope for the best. A Thoughtseize doesn't rip Archdruid's charm. If it doesn't, there's a real possibility that we get Vaultborn on turn 4. Oh, well, that's good. But Vaultborn on turn 4. Stabilize, get to somebody else. Nice. But again, this is Greasefang. There's the potential they just do their nut draw, get some crazy vehicle out of the graveyard on turn 3, and it could simply be all over at that point. Well, there's Archdruids. Goodbye. Yeah. I mean, we're making 7 eventually with that other Castle Garenbrig, so it's not a total loss. And they don't have a big vehicle, so that's not that bad. They don't know I'm about to make 7. Whether or not that changes any of their decisions, I might as well not reveal the fact that Vaultborn's about to get... Oh, okay, yeah, well, no. They got Parhelion, and we didn't get them, but we'll get revenge.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
Next time I'll get revenge. All right. Regular Azorius control. It's been at least a couple of days. Yeah. It would be nice to face him at least, once a day. My favorite matchup of all. It's not a very popular list. I'm surprised Mono Green Devotion isn't more popular than it is, because it is so good. First diamond opponent of the night. I wonder. Could be alright, but with the Vraska Avatar, a Golgari, Planeswalker, well, I would imagine there's Thoughtseize somewhere in there. We do go second, so I figure Commune or Sylvan Scrying is going to be ripped. That could be rough. That is definitely quite a bit better. 3 lands. Oh, okay, Scavenger's Talent. Got Cat Food combo coming in hot, and Tranquil Throwback coming in for game 2. Jund Food, Jund Sacrifice. You don't always see the Rockfall Veil for the source of red, but I like another Sunken. Of course, I would like a Castle Garenbrig at some point. But now we really only need Castle Garenbrig. See? Oh. I could see Carnage Tyrant going, but the opponent not knowing that there is Castle Garenbrig in the mixture, likely they don't. They'll probably get rid of Palani's or Regisaur, thinking it's the thing that's coming up first, which is not the case. The first thing eventually, well, it will be Carnage Tyrant. Castle Garenbrig next turn, lovely. Could be a Commune. I dig for 1 green off of the commercial district, leaving the 2 Sunkens untapped. I could play the Castle Garenbrig as a land for the turn, then play Carnage Tyrant. Or, okay, oh boy. Yeah, you know what, we're going for it. See what's up. We don't need more lands. Hoping they don't have another Thoughtseize, we could maybe kill him next turn. Oh, look, yeah, tap the Bristlebud Farmer. Oh, they discarded a Thoughtseize. A second. Hopefully they don't have Boseiju who endures. Ooh. Okay, I mean, it's a little bit rough. They could have a bit of removal. They do have a source of black. With the Gilded Goose, one of them's going to sacrifice that food. But if they don't have removal, they are probably dead. I hope. You can't fatal push Regisaur Alpha. They can only get rid of that Dinosaur token. Yeah, well, are you going to fatal push the token? Is that the best you can do? Good stuff. Very good stuff. Man, go right through the goose. Their goose is cooked, I hope. But again, this is cat food combo. They can win out of nowhere. They're going to fully level up Scavenger's talent, sacrificing stuff, getting stuff back from the graveyard. They don't have any Cauldron Familiars in there yet. They don't have Yurga, Eater of All. They have to win this turn. It's a good position to be in. They don't win this turn. Oh, good. There you go. Of course, they did stumble a little bit in the land department. But like I said, oh, look, how good was Fatal Push against this particular spin of Dinosaurs? It's not that great. If the best thing it can kill is a Dino token, it's nice to have chump blockers, I must admit, but if that's the best thing it can kill, good luck. You're going to need it, especially with Tranquil Throwback. Of course, they don't know that's what we're... Well, I am kind of tempted to trim Hulking Raptor. They're certainly going to be gunning for it. They're going to have Fatal Push. Well, they might take it out. I mean, I still think they would keep the Fatal Pushes in. They might be thinking, oh, we didn't see any Mana Dorks, we didn't see any small creatures. Just by chance, I didn't see any of those with this Dinosaur deck I just faced. I'm going to see it, in game 2. That's what they're thinking, but that stuff is still not there. It's nowhere. Nowhere to be found. Maybe they're a little bit upset they lost to Dinos. Perfect. As perfect as can be. Oh, look, I'm getting a 6. Guaranteed. Don't need a forest at all. Next turn, I'm hoping to use Sylvan Scrying and find that Sunken. That'd be nice. Just in case they have Boseiju, we'll wait for Castle Garenbrig. Wait until we can get it off. Activation with its ability. And even if they take it out, we've already got some benefit from it. But a turn 3 Bristlebud Farmer, that is going to be a pretty darn fantastic clock. Hopefully I get Vaultborn Tyrant down soon enough. Vaultborn would really save us quite a bit. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, no, that's... We're not dead yet. Whatever I play this turn, which... I mean, it's actually kind of hilarious. I have all 4 Tranquil Throwbacks. The statistical probability of this scenario is... well, it's nuts. We can't play anything for its ability. I'm just simply playing this stuff to have some chump blockers. To buy myself time to play Vaultborn next turn. And hope that they don't get the Cauldron Familiars, because the Cauldron Familiar itself is a food because of Yurga's ability there. And then 1 Cauldron Familiar sacrifices to a Cauldron Familiar that's out, and then they just keep flipping themselves, and it makes a loop, and you die. It doesn't take too long. Well, sometimes it does. It's not fun to sit through it, but it's fast enough that you should just concede. They got it locked up there. But I think there's a good chance that will live. Speaking of the discard being discarded, that is quite nice indeed. Oh, 1 Cauldron Familiar. Oh, yeah, no. That's how it is. Like I said, they got 2 Cauldron Familiars out. I think most of us are quite familiar with the cat food deck, but maybe if they do it again here, I'll let them play it through. For anybody that hasn't had the misfortune of facing off against this pesky deck, it's very easy to shut down though. Pithing Needle is basically my favorite. They're very pithed when they see that happen. An artifact for 1, as long as we name Cauldron Familiar, it simply can't be cycled. We turn off the activated ability of sacrificing a food to bring it onto the battlefield. If it's in the graveyard, it's staying there, which is quite nice. Another Archdruid's Charm is very good because Thoughtseize might be coming up at some point. Hopefully the Thoughtseizes continue to be discarded, but I think there's a very good chance we're going off with at least 1 Archdruid. It's on track for 7. Turn 4. At the very least, it's going to... Oh my goodness. Well. Very nice indeed. I was about to say, I hope it's a Vaultborn Tyrant. It does feel kind of bad to play Palani's Hatcher before. Tranquil Throwback actually would be quite... That's okay. We'll see what they do. We'll see what happens. I would actually like to exile the graveyard. I might search for Tranquil. Fine, just get rid of Palani's Hatcher. I'm about to make 7, if that makes sense to do so. But Tranquil Throwback could be nice. They can make a food for 2. Add instant speed with the Gilded Goose's ability. Sacrifice the food to bring the Cauldron Familiar out of the graveyard. Save it from the Tranquil Throwback. So I'm hoping they use it. Oh, well, never mind. When it enters, it makes a food. So we're not doing Tranquil Throwback stuff. That's not happening. Oh no, they spent the food in the Gilded Goose and it makes another food. I was hoping they wouldn't have a food, but I guess Vaultborn it is. They do travel in herds, Nathaniel, 100%. Reaching such a critical amount, getting the Sunken 7 next turn is pretty sweet. But yes, hello. I'm just going to play Vaultborn now. They don't have a Bandit's Talent. The Scavenger's Talent. They don't have that out. I feel like we have enough time to do some stuff. Maybe I draw Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant next turn, possibly killing them. But still having that Archdruids is nice indeed. They definitely want that treasure. Again, quite mana screwed. stumbling in that regard. But a win's a win. Sometimes it's super duper well earned. Kind of hilarious that they had to play a Boseiju, a second copy of it, just to get their land. Oh. Commune with Dinosaurs, Ghalta, Stampede Tyrant, let's go. Or another... wait a second. Wait a second. No. It's gotta be Vaultborn, I think. It probably should be. I hope they don't have another Cauldron Familiar. I was thinking that I could exile the graveyard to get the Cauldron Familiar out of there, but no, that's not how it works, really. Like they did right there. They could have sacrificed any creature, because every creature is a food, and Cauldron Familiar would have dodged it. You can't do it. Okay, fine. Block it. Give me another copy. Give me more life. Get me closer to Ghalta's Temple. Oh, not quite. As long as they don't have another Cauldron Familiar, we might be safe. Oh boy. Not too bad. They don't attack with Yurga Eater of all, which is quite nice. There's a very real possibility. I would assume, I would hope to draw Ghalta next turn. We don't have a Palani or a Regisaur, so that's certainly pretty rough, but now we'll see. Ghalta next turn. Get Palani's Regisaur. Something like that. Yeah, I mean... well, no, that's not going to work. If Yurga Eater of All was a little bit smaller, I could sacrifice the original Vaultborn to make a copy of itself because of the ward of Yurga, and I don't know, play Sunken at the very least. Does it make sense to play too much else? You know what? I kind of want to exile Cauldron Familiar. I think we're able to. Yeah. Oh, do you not know what happens when Vaultborn dies? That's not the wisest decision, I don't think. Might as well use a Sylvan Scrying again. We shuffle. So there could have been a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant coming up. A very good chance of that. But there could have not been a Ghalta. Just as easily. Okay. One less Cauldron Familiar to go back and forth. I like this. Yeah, a bunch of bristlebud farmers, that's okay. It is pretty cool though. Everything, again, is an artifact and a creature because of Yurga's ability, so very nice to make use of Archdruid's charm there to exile the Cauldron Familiar and never have to worry about it. There is only 3 left, but I think that could have bought us the right amount of time. Oh boy. This is nuts. Crazy. Man, that Yurga's getting big. I'd probably play Carnage Tyrant next turn for 3. Tapping 3 lands. The 2 Sunkens and the Castle Garenbrig. See if I draw something good. Although Vaultborn Tyrant is probably our best bet. Continue to gain a ton of life. We're getting closer to Ghalta. We should be seeing her anytime now. Okay. Still, no. I mean, Tranquil Throwback I can play. Do I want to play Tranquil Throwback? Not so much. I like the Hulking Raptor. Draw a bunch of things. Definitely get to Ghalta with this. Ghalta? No? Still not. My, oh my. Again, I could have exiled the graveyard, destroyed some artifacts, but... How many do I have to... Oh, I have to discard 4. That is nuts. Maybe another 4. No, I'll keep the forest just in case. But, again, they could have brought the Cauldron Familiar out. Hulking Raptor is a creature that triggered all the 3 Vaultborns to get closer to the Ghalta, which is really what I needed at this point. I just have to cross my fingers. They don't get another one. Oh boy. Okay, we're not dead yet. They could have just drawn it here. It's going to be close. Tense. Pretty good, Nichols. Hopefully all is well with you. Oh boy. Don't get the cat. Don't get the cat. Good. Still no cat. I'm liking this. Yeah. 17 cards left. There's probably a good chance it's somewhere in there. You would think. Yeah. I just wish I saw Ghalta a little bit sooner. I'm almost certain they're gonna find it here. Yeah, basically guaranteed. They have so much food to sacrifice with the cat. Oh. Huh. Well, we're searching for her, and we'll see. We'll see. But again, they can sacrifice stuff at instant speed, and we're about to find out. They must be able to find it. I'm certain that's how it's going to happen. I can't draw too many things, but we'll see. Okay, so that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15? Yeah, I'm okay with 15. But again, keep in mind, they're probably going to get the other cat. And they're gonna get it. They have 4 play sets, I would imagine. They must. They could do it right here. Don't mill it, don't mill a cat, don't mill a cat, don't mill a cat. Oh boy. Oh, they got the cat. Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. Never seen this before in my life. Whole lot of nonsense. Garbage deck. Yeah. We didn't have the thing in the sideboard to beat him, so. We didn't see Ghalta when I hoped we would see Ghalta. We dodged a bullet for quite some time there, though. I was pretty fortunate. A lot of these odd decks, they're not odd decks, but they fold to some pretty specific stuff. You bring a thing in, boom, gone. Shut them down. That deck in particular. Probably, I could see humans, maybe Celestia Angels. Oh, that's not going to cut it. Not at all. Down. It went from terrible to basically perfect. On track for 8 mana with everything there. Don't exactly need a Hulking Raptor at this point. The biggest liability that does ramp. Oh, yeah. Rakdos or mono. Oh, I mean, 2 Sunkens is good, but again, this is aggro. They went first, and we'll see how explosive they are. We might get lucky in game 1. Very, very rarely. Oh, this is just adding insult to injury. Having an absolutely amazing, basically perfect opening, and losing against the hardest deck, at least for me to beat. Yeah, that next turn. Vaultborn Tyrant is pretty nice, I must admit. If we have any hope of winning, it's Archdruids to grab a land, put it on the battlefield, and possibly get Ghalta. Never mind. Oh, look. Gruul Aggro. They went first, they won. Oh. Of course, the fogs, and there we go. Trim that Commune. And the T-Rex. I'm not starting off with a sweeper. I would never start off with a sweeper. 4 pieces of single target removal would do nothing. They're not going to save you. To have a hope against beating them, you would need at least 2 of those 4 pieces of single target removal. You have 3, you still might not get the job done. But the chances of seeing 3 of those 4 pieces of single target removal is, I wouldn't even really bother mentioning the potential of seeing it because it is so low. Would I start off with 8 pieces of single target removal? No. That would just completely hurt the strong points of this deck, the very strong points. It is another pretty good starting hand, but cross the fingers, cross the claws. At the very least, we make 6 on turn 4, and dropping Carnage Tyrant could be enough. Sometimes Carnage Tyrant has deterred a decent bit of aggression. Their creatures aren't quite big enough, even though they can get pretty big. They're just not, well, 7/6 big. Excuse me. We'll see. Oh yeah, I love a 2/2. That's free. Oh. Okay, well, that's something. I mean, there's a pretty good chance we're dead next turn. We really need Vaultborn Tyrant at this rate, but yeah, I have to assume we're dead, especially with the Atarka's command that the opponent likely has in their hand. Doesn't matter, we'll die. Guess I'll block the darn coyote. Well, that's how she goes. Okay, maybe it's going to be a lot of aggro tonight. That could be as well. Hopefully some sort of good control matchup. There was quite a bit today. I had a fun time beating them up. You never know what you're going to get live, though. That doesn't deter me. Well, sometimes I do like to curate and pick apart some good matches that I have on my phone, record some commentary and whatnot, but this is definitely my favorite. Day in, day out, as many nights as possible, giving the most honest picture of everything. Nothing to hide. Some nights good, some nights not so much. Yorion Sky Nomad, though, that is almost certainly something. Well, it's slower than aggro, so thumbs up right there, that's for sure. And a very good hand, too. 3 sources of green, plus the Archdruids to grab the Sunken. And we're on track. Getting... Oh! Never mind, we're making 8 by turn 4 now. Poof. All of a sudden. Oh!
The best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice.
Oh. That's like... Wow. Okay. Next turn I play T-Rex, even if they have a counterspell, but this seems to be 5 color bring to light. Something like that. Question becomes, what do I want? I say we go with Ghalta. Eventually I make an 8th. I play T-Rex next turn. It draws out the most insane answer. If they sweep T-Rex, they die because I'm about to make 8. Huh. Pretty good. My oh my. Sweep me, you die. Don't sweep me, you still probably die. That's not a sweeper. Maybe they have a counterspell up their sleeve. Sometimes that's the case. Nope. They're just dead.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Oh, love it. They could have a sweeper in their hand. Of course, too little too late when everybody has haste. That's what it's all about. You don't have to worry about a sweeper. Poof. Look at all those dinosaur eggs, which we will be sending in, as always, to send the message. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm playing dinos, that's why. Something like that. Yeah, keep it as is. A 5 color, bring to light, Niv Mizzet, whatever you want to call it. They have all the land types. The leyline binding is usually in the mixture there. I would say it's pretty much guaranteed. Casting it for a single white, temporarily exiling something. But it's pretty much the only enchantment. They might also have up the beanstalk, but I don't think those things are quite enough to warrant bringing in back to nature. I would certainly love to keep Hulking Raptor in. That might get eaten up by the leyline binding, but we'll see. Oh, we know what they're on. We know it's a little bit slower, of course, so that could work out. If that Castle Garenbrig was any other land, I would not have kept it, but we got part of the package. Let's start off with that Stomping Ground. Might as well not take 2 if I don't have to, and we give ourselves a little bit more time to potentially just naturally draw the Sunken, or the Sylvan to grab the Sunken. This is the turn where I would want to play my Sunken for the there you go. Huh. Played as my land for the turn because I have the castle in my hand. I know I'm making 6 coming up. I'll play Hulking Raptor, but as I mentioned, there's a very good chance that it goes down. I'm not going to play Castle Garenbrig though, because they do have a source of green. They could have a Boseiju, maybe. If Hulking Raptor survives and they just play, you know, that, they might be dead. Oh! Well, how about that? We were only able to make 7, but because of Hulking Raptor, we were able to kill him that turn. Love it. That's what it's all about. Only took, what, 3 matches? Of course, you could have 3 wins in a row, 3 losses in a row, 5, 6, 7. There was one, it seems about once or twice every month, there's a night where I don't know what it is, the algorithm gangs up on me and it makes me face aggro close to 10 matches in a row. And you can probably assume how that goes at the moment. But there's always the chance of wacky outliers that can bring you down. But keep in mind that those massive streaks, it will even out eventually. It's not like that's going to happen all the time, and that should help you move through the pain at least a little bit. Hopefully. Well, let's just do it again. But I gotta say, that hulking was nice. I mean, it always begs the question, and you guys comment or message in the Discord, should there be a little bit more ramp? At the moment, for a long time, I've always leaned towards no extra ramp. Nothing. Don't do it. More often than not, you don't need that ramp, so instead, if it was some bigger creature, that would be more often appreciated. But certainly Hulking Raptor was definitely appreciated there. I only needed 1 extra mana to make the 8 for Ghalta, so I mean, one of those green did go to waste, but still, if I had a Commune with Dinosaurs in my hand, I could have used 1 green, dug for something good to, you know, pad the Ghalta turn, and wouldn't be padding much other than the opponent's win rate if I kept that hand. Okay, went from terrible to likely pretty darn good. Yeah, well, it's another Yorion type deck. I'll send the Vaultborn to the bottom again. Maybe they have that leyline binding. Maybe it's going to be this town ain't big enough. Discard bounce. If they play a source of blue, source of black with the Yorion, I'm going to assume that's the case. Yeah. Eventually. Maybe I faced this person before. They know what's about to happen. Oh, okay. Huh. Good. With what I have here, we're on track for at least 7. Certainly we got to try for a Sunken. Hope they don't get rid of Castle Garenbrig, but next turn, boom. We make 6 for Carnage Tyrant. We'll see what I draw. It could be another land, it could be Ghalta. I would want to reach a critical amount. 8 on turn 5 to play Ghalta, because I got Regisaur. I know everybody's got haste, but still. We'll see if it's maybe just up the beanstalk. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I do this. They can't counter it. They can't kill it. They might sweep to get rid of it, and then we're safe to do something next turn, but it makes them scared. There's not a whole lot that can get rid of. Oh, good. You know what I'm doing? None of that funny business. It's just gone. Take it out. No siree. That's not sticking around. Never. But it is nice to gain that information. Enigmatic incarnation, for anybody that may not be aware. At the beginning of their... Oh, second. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. I'm just going to keep getting rid of it. Okay, I like this. But yeah, they sacrifice an enchantment and they search their library for a creature with a mana value equal to 1 more. This does appear to be classic. Absolutely classic 5-color Fires of Invention Incarnation. Good. Oh, that's what it's all about. Oh. If this is what it is, I'm pretty sure it is what it is. Fires of Invention, they can play 2 spells a turn for free, but the spell can't have a mana value greater than the lands that they have. If they have 2 sweepers and they have 5 lands, they could play both of them, for a total of 8 mana, possibly 9. Not that they would need to, but you get the idea. They had 4 or 5 lands out, but they cast spells with a total mana value of 8, or double, potentially, for the lands that they have. But Back to Nature is the... Pardon me, it's the thing. Doesn't need much explanation. If a deck completely hinges on enchantments, there you go. We're going to be sending them back to the drawing board, wishing and hoping that they never have to face me again. If they never had to face me again, that would still be too soon for them. It's always nice, though, to get that game 1 win and bring in the super secret, amazing sideboard tech. Really just drive it home. And it's good to me. Again, we took game 1, so it's not even really a risky hand. Eventually we will be seeing Castle Garenbrig. I think I'll go Commercial District next turn. I could go with Sylvan Scrying. Make sure we get that castle. That's fine by me. Yeah, I say we do that. High Noon doesn't really matter. They only saw Carnage Tyrant. Well, no, I did play. Did I play Ghalta? No, I just played Vaultborn. They didn't see the potential that I'm just going to smoke them, and now Back to Nature. Well, that's really going to smoke them. We go with Commune, though, for sure, to see if there's another Sunken. Going to pad things a little bit with that Palani's Hatcher, and we get the lovely Castle Garenbrig down. I would have liked to use Commune again, the second one, but because of High Noon, each player can cast, well, no more than 1. Play... Oh, Overlord of the Mistmoors, huh? Oh, the Eternal Taskmaster. So that's tied to the new achievements system on Arena. You meet some requirement and then you can display certain stuff. There is no dinosaur themed one, so I'm not super drawn to any of them. If it was something specific for dinosaurs, some achievements, yeah, I would have... Well, I would have had it already. That's for sure. Yeah, I say we Back to Nature them. Get the job done. Hey, oh no. Moving is very important. Yeah. See what Commune gives us. Oh, we got a Ghalta. I like the looks of that. I like another T-Rex too. With the 2 lands that I have, eventually I'm making 8 for Ghalta. T-Rex next turn. We took out a decent chunk of their stuff, so hopefully that buys us the time we need. Can't counter it. They could kill it. They do have a total of 6 if they have removal for 2. Okay, well, 10, okay, 3, 7, not, oh boy. As long as they don't burn me or something. It seems like they have 9. This could be... rough. Oh, Overlord of the Boiler Bilges to finish us off. Dealing 4 right to the face. Or Lightning Helix. Yeah, that's good. It's good too. Yeah. They did it. But do I want... I think I still want Back to... Yeah. I'll still go with Back to Nature. It might be the last match, we'll see. Again, it's the weekend. I could go for 2 hours, even though it is pretty darn late, and I'm still... I mean, it's going to be a while that I'm organizing my tools, but I'm still doing that. 11:30 p.m. my time, for anybody that might be interested. That hand, I think, is quite a bit better, certainly with the Sunken in the commercial district. I don't think they have too many sweepers. Certainly would like to keep T-Rex and Vaultborn a little bit more than Palani's Hatcher. But there's a very real possibility we just have absolutely everything everything we need. The Sylvan to grab the castle, the Archdruids eventually to get the second Sunken, and we're making 7. They don't have a source of blue, so they can't counter this, which is quite nice indeed. I just hope they don't have a Beseiju. Potentially, I could have kept that Castle Garenbrig back. Just if I knew they had a Beseiju, I would have done that. Play it next turn. While I have 3 green, use Archdruid so I could respond to it and get another castle if that's what they destroyed. Okay, I'm going with Commune. I'm digging for a source of green to play. I was digging for a source of green to play it, to use Archdruids to search for another Sunken, so it's a little bit rough. But the clock is ticking because we have Ghalta now. That's part of the thing. Watch out. Hopefully no land destruction, but if I draw a land that enters untapped next turn, there's a very good chance they're just dead. I guess they could also have a counter spell. It seems like it's a pretty interesting mixture from this opponent. Oh, yeah, well, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, tends to do the trick, unfortunately. That's probably going to lock things up. If only they had not played Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, we might have got... we would have killed them. Sadly. Sadly. They were about to die. Darn. The one thing. I mean, we still could be dead here, but Overlord of the Boiler Bilges would be rough. That would lock things up. Whenever it enters, it deals the 4 damage, but that is doubled with Elish Norn. Painful. Yeah, they just didn't have any enchantments, and well, Back to Nature is completely useless, unfortunately. Overlord time, I bet. Exactly lethal. Or maybe not. Do your thing. I think Overlord of the Boiler Bilges costs 6, though. Well, if they play with Impending, they still would get that trigger doubled for a total of 8. Yeah. It's not nothing. Okay, let's think. Next turn, 6, 8. If I attack with everything, they would just take it all. They would go down to 2 and then they would kill us, sadly, making a copy of that goblin token. But they will never attack with Elish Norn. I'm hoping to see an Archdruid's Charm, but again, it could be an Overlord with the Boiler Bilges right now. That'd be rough. All right. Got some things and stuff. I'll play a Vaultborn, even though we don't gain the life, and draw the card. Somebody big. Yeah, I say we put up the pressure. Keep the pressure. And probably die. Okay, not too bad. Vaultborn could... Oh, okay, never mind. Didn't matter. Whatever. That is too bad that I brought in Back to Nature, even though I didn't see it in my hand for it to be useless. Nah, we'll go again. We'll go at least another match. Let's do it. I'm gonna get myself a drink. I've had enough coffee today. Something different. Oh, right. Oh, that's not going to do it. Oh, it is a little bit better. 2 sources of green with the Sunken and the Commercial District. I got a good feeling about this. And it also includes Ghalta Stampede. Oh, never mind. It's Mono Red. They went first. Mono Red should be nicknamed Mono Dead. Because, good luck. Maybe they have Monstrous Rage. Oh, light up the stage. Rhymes with rage. Sylvan Scrying is good. Yeah. Ascend T-Rex to the bottom. Increase the chance that I just draw land the next turn, because Sylvan Scrying is certainly gunning for Castle Garenbrig. But if we want any hope of beating them, it's going to be getting at least one more land here. Soon. It's nice that they haven't dealt too much damage yet. Okay, so there's the forest. Beautiful. Making enough for Hulking Raptor next turn, which, if it survives and we survive, we would make enough for Ghalta. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. But we're also just basically dead. Okay. 3, 5, 2. Oh, look. I played 3 lands. Yeah. We got the fogs. Maybe I have to... There's been a lot of aggro tonight. Maybe I have to go back to all 12 to have a sliver of hope. Some decks have a few slivers of hope, but it would be nice if I could gain at least 1 or 2. Two lands in a fog. We'll try it. I was about to say Commune, but we trimmed that. With Sylvan Scrying, getting a Castle Garenbrig at some point, buying enough time to play the Hulking Raptor ramp super nicely. Well, look, man, we got a forest. Good, good. We're on track. We're definitely on track. Certainly not playing a fog this turn. No. Oh, they're going to be unloading a bunch of spells that pump their creatures, and things are going to get big coming up. Oh, oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. They could have enough for lethal, what they think is lethal, but you better watch out. Spend all your spells. Use up all your gas to get nowhere. Yeah. Skewer the critics. Fog does not prevent that damage. This is not combat damage, but we are about to make use of it. We could have waited for them to potentially use a pumping spell to have lethal, but I felt this is a little bit better. I don't have a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant in my hand, so I would rather play Carnage Tyrant, which could deter some aggression. We're at a pretty decent 13. Might be nice. That's rough. If they have a monstrous rage, we still could be mostly dead, basically. Pretty close. Taking out the Slick Shot show-off next turn would be nice. There's not a whole lot that's going to help us, though. Well, another fog helps, that's for sure. I'm just going to attack. Might as well. Just wish I had at least one extra mana. Playing another Carnage Tyrant and having the one green left with that fog. I mean, I think we're safe. Huh? Now, could it have been better to hold the Carnage Tyrant back? They certainly were still going to attack because they would still have lethal. I could have traded with a Swift Spear, and we'll see. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Oh, they pop Raymond runes. Never mind. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Hey, at least I remembered about it, and down to 2. Nothing really helps against aggro. Okay, another one. Let's just keep the party going. Now. As much of a party as it is, it's still a good time. Painful time, but you remember it, you get better. You think about what could be done, if anything. I've said it many times before, and something will set. I'll find something to get them. I would imagine this could be something discard related with the Ashiok avatar there. Usually, oh look, it's mono red, Gruul Aggro, mono red, Gruul Aggro. Oh boy, this is a real treat. But we're on track for some good stuff. Next turn, Archdruids. I mean, it may not matter much. But Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, nice to see on top. Certainly would have been nice with a Castle Garenbrig this turn. However, got to use that Archdruid to search for and put Castle out. We will make 7 next turn with the Stomping Ground. If it really matters, we might just concede right here, because we'll be so low. Yeah, no, it's a good chunk of damage. Playing Carnage Tyrant next turn could be pretty fantastic. We'll see what I draw. A Vaultborn Tyrant would be nice, though, to just gain a bunch of life. Hey, there we go. Yes, please. Draw land. Oh, okay. Maybe draw land for the turn coming up. But I like our chances a bit. Hard for our hero is probably getting so big anyways. It's going to have double strike to mostly finish us off, but if I kill it, deals damage equal to its power, and plus all the damage that other stuff deals, I would imagine we're dead. Yeah, that tends to do the trick. A second, well, Technically 2 Manifold Mouses there. Manifold Mice. Alrighty, well, at least the Heartfire out here was gone, and okay, this is nice. Oh, they only take me down. Okay, gain some life, draw life. Oh, whoa, folks, have I done it? I think I have. Oh, yes. Oh, too slow, buddy boy. Too slow. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there we go. Revenge. The revenge of revenge. Yeah.
Get him a body bag! Yeah!
Phew. Huh. I just have to do that. I'll take it. But I just have to do that again. That would never be a regular scenario. It's not like that would happen so much that I would trim the fogs or the single target removal, the sweepers, whatever thing I'm using at the moment to help against aggro. But it's just nice when it happens. Definitely keeping in that hulking though. Yeah, hulking and commune. Or Tyrranax Rex and commune, I should say. Let's stick with that for now. Certainly Vaultborn Tyrant gaining a bunch of life, stabilizing. That's the ticket. I would never cut that instead of Tyrranax Rex against aggro. We got some fogs, a bunch of lands. 8 fogs to be exact, so they should be coming up. Commercial District is gonna get us closer to the fog. Well, or we just draw the fog. Oh, and a Ghalta. I like having the thing again that's gonna potentially finish them if we stay alive, though. Innkeeper's Talent is a little bit rough. Everybody getting just a little bit bigger, permanently bigger. Archdruid's Charm, though, that is very nice. If there's enough damage to make me feel like fog is worth it, perhaps. Nah, that's only 5. Oh, excuse me. I'm going with fog next turn. Oh, I like a Sylvan Scrying. But because I'm going with fog next turn, I wouldn't play Castle Garenbrig. Having 3 for Archdruids, I would be spending one of the 3, so I couldn't go with Archdruid's Charm anyways. Right, fogging time. So, Castle... Yeah. It's gotta be Castle Garenbrig, and then we just have to maybe hope that we win, perhaps. Even though I don't think that's gonna happen. I would be surprised if we lived this turn. Very so. 7... 9. Pump them up. Oh yeah, no, that's... Can't win them all. It would have been nice to see at least one more fog there. I could have got him. Almost-ish. Yeah, casting a fog for 1 green. 3 left over for the Archdruids to search for and put a sunken out. I could really see this being the way. It's definitely my favorite potential way to beat aggro so far that I've tried. Yeah. Keep it like that. Of course, they know we have fogs in the mixture, so they're going to play a little bit more conservatively. Going to try and bluff it out or chip away, deal just enough damage to make me feel like using it. Oh boy, and I feel like keeping that. We have 7 mana. I don't need a Sylvan Scrying or an Archdruid's Charm, basically. But I would never pass up a hand like that against anybody. 8 fogs. I would think we're going to be seeing one of them. There we go. Lovely stuff. I still have the 2 damage potentially from shocking myself with the Stomping Ground entering untapped. It could make all the difference. I was never going to use a fog anyways. I would never use a fog to save myself from 3 damage. But this turn, I mean, certainly it has the potential to be a lot more than 3. A lot more than 3. Oh, that Heartfire here was going to be massive. A couple counters on it, plus the double strike from Manifold Mouse is not a pretty sight. I would hope for another fog next turn. That might buy us just enough time, but we'll see. Oh, they are casting the pumping spells. Huh. Yeah, no, well, I think they were about to. Almost. Now, is that enough time? Oh, okay. Oh, no, okay, never mind. We're dead, but yeah, that's just how it goes. Heartfire hero getting so big, well, not quite taking us out in a single hit, but no, I could have had another fog there. That Cavern of Souls could have been the fog itself, Haze of Pollen, in which case there's a very good chance I would have survived the attack with a bunch of stuff, enough for lethal, and I just had to live because I was about to make 8 coming up. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. I'm going to try it again. Mostly, at least tonight, this moment, I'm interested if it's going to continue to be aggro, just curiosity's sake. Craziness sake. Yeah. But I'm drinking, what is it? Selection Sparkling Spring Water. Natural lime flavor. Mineral salt content, 174 parts per million. I don't know, we see that, Teferi, Yorion, more bouncing shenanigans perhaps, but that hand is perfection. Commercial district to the bottom. It's going to be sunken stomping ground. I want 3 green, turn 3 for Archdruids. Commercial district did not fit in there. It's not like commercial would have been my 3rd land. It's, Dmir bounce, this town ain't big enough. Or maybe, no, that is what it is. If I see a Ghalta Primal Hunger next turn or the turn after, things are going to definitely be going downhill. But you know what I don't need? No, I don't need a Sylvan Scrying. We're going for Castle Garenbrig next turn. I don't need a Sylvan Scrying or the Hulking Raptor. So there's certainly going to a good chance they'll bounce Hopeless Nightmare with. Oh, this town ain't big enough. Huh. Wow. But we do have something to get rid of when they recast that stuff. I might even get rid of a Stomping Ground, actually, because I don't need it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I might appreciate Hulking Raptor, even if I don't need the mana. It's a 5/3, and it could get haste eventually with the Palani's or the Regisaur there. But we're making 8 next turn. Maybe. Fear of Isolation is rough, but hey, look at that. I'm going to be playing some big things. I just hope we see you-know-who. It's not you-know-who, but it could draw you-know-who. Would it make sense? Nah, I just go in Carnage Tyrant, play it safe. Hope that they don't make me sacrifice it, but they do have some things that can sometimes do that. I think there's a decent chance that it sticks around. Liliana of the Veil could be a possibility. Player for 1 and 2 black. Force me to sacrifice. Oh, okay, well, that's not happening. Good stuff. Watch him Thought Seize and get rid of Hulking Raptor. That would be kind of funny. I don't need Hulking Raptor at this point. Again, no more mana. Archdruid's Charm could be the big saving thing. Don't really need a Sunken. Okay. It's going to be interesting. Nowhere to run there. I'm probably going to use Archdruid's Charm to take it out, but maybe Vaultborn Tyrant. Will be nice to gain a little bit more life here. They could have a piece of removal, and we'll see. Could also have a counterspell too. But definitely Vaultborn Tyrant. I like that. Although would Tyrranax Rex be good? So it'd be 15, but -3. -3 with that. Nowhere to run. Down to 12. 3. Yeah, you know what? I say we do this. I think we still could get the job done. Fear of Isolation and Thunder Trap Trainer is only 3 damage a turn, and we got a couple more turns to continue to hit them. Yeah. Okay. I got my 4th Sunken, which is pretty nuts. But they can't counter this. They potentially could kill it, again with nowhere to run, but we've got hopefully a good clock. Hopefully they don't have a piece of removal for 2. Oh, double up nowhere to run to get rid of Carnage Tyrant. That's no fun. However, they got to be at least a little bit scared. They're down to 5. Don't have removal for 2. Oh, they're looking for it. Cross your fingers they don't get it with Narset. Oh boy. Thoughtseize not helping. I got nothing. What's it going to be? Huh. Okay, I like the looks of that. Oh, yeah, that's nonsense. You can see why I hate this deck. Nobody likes that. You gotta be kidding me. BS. Getting all the Sunken Citadels was... Yeah. Well, it's still not Azorius control, but we'll get there. I don't know if it's my least. Aggro is aggro. We know what it is, know how it's painful, but it may be if I had to choose at the moment, this deck would be my least favorite to face. It's probably everybody's least favorite common deck to face. Yeah. All that shenanigans. Taking them a while though. They don't really have to do much else. I mean, we got very close. Excuse me. Would have been nice to get a T-Rex off the top though. Pardon me. Lovely stuff. Of course, I do hope that we go off with Commune on turn 2. If I had a green source untapped on turn 1, we dig with Commune. just to turn it hopefully into a land and be impervious from Thoughtseize or a duress. Well, I guess not. That's how she goes. You win some, you lose some. But definitely, still a very good hand with the Sunken, Castle Garenbrig, and that commercial district. Don't need a Planes. We need a land, we need an Archdruids, a Sylvan Scrying ASAP. ASAP. An Archdruid's Charm next turn would be ideal. Eventually, once they figure out what to draw, it's pretty simple. That is good. And another Castle Garenbrig. We lock in 7 mana eventually. Hopefully I get to play Carnage Tyrant, but we have to worry about drowning the lock, especially. Oh, never mind. Okay, well. They're getting rid of Carnage Tyrant. Oh, fun. Hulking Raptor. Okay. That's alright. I hope. Okay, spend your 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's also something. Hooray. At least they can't counter, Vaultborn Tyrant, or yeah, they can't kill Tyrranax Rex. They can't kill a lot of stuff, which is quite nice indeed. Drowning in the Lock could counter Archdruids though. It has a mana value of 3, and I have enough stuff in my graveyard. So they're tapped out, we use it, and we set up for something deadly, I hope. Do I like T-Rex? Kind of like T-Rex. You know what? Let's do that. Can't counter, can't kill? Well, we'll see. They could make me sacrifice it too. I kinda like that. Definitely Tyrranax Rex is gonna be doing its thing. Yeah, you know the drill. It is kind of interesting when they always continue to mouse over Castle Garenbrig, Sunken there. Yep. I can make 7. Math is hard. Maybe they have a difficulty counting to at least 10 or 8. Double digits are rough for them. I like a Regisaur. That is good. That could be surprising and painful next turn. Could potentially kill him. Dealing quite a bit of damage here. If they get a land untapped, take out Tyrranax Rex. Not even yet. They can't. Nice. Can't kill it. Oh boy. Keep in mind though that Drowning in the Lock could kill the Regisaur Alpha that I have on top. Regisaur having a mana value of 5, and I have 5 things in my graveyard. So there's a possibility I wouldn't get to attack with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn after she drops that Regisaur Alpha. But they also might just quit here because it's getting kind of rough. Now it's getting really rough. Because now they're tapped out. Okay, okay. There we go. Smoked. Oh, nowhere to run. Man, what a card. Too bad you can't use it. Boom. That's what you get. For all your funny business in game 1 there, that's what you get. They didn't play any enchantments. It could be good. Yeah, look at them mousing over T-Rex there. They're scared of that guy. If I had to choose, probably my favorite creature that is not Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. That's always number 1. It's the namesake of the deck. It might be Tyrranax Rex, because this alone, oh, so scary. You play it turn 4 when you can make 7 and poof, all of a sudden. They might not be able to do anything that early and it just kills them. One creature over a couple turns. Or you get lucky and you get a second one. However, yeah. I feel like we might have dodged a bit of a bullet there. I'm not seeing too many of their enchantments. There's probably a pretty good chance that back to nature might help quite a bit. Yeah. If I was going first, I'd keep it. Commune, we could make use of it through the thoughts. Yeah. That's better. Oh. Wow. 100% better. We're making 6. You can't stop me from making 6. You just can't. 6 by turn 4, but still. Pretty much perfect. Nice to see no enchantments yet. Well, 1 enchantment. Next turn, we'll have 2 untapped. Castle Garenbrig needs a forest, and Sunken Citadel is not a forest, so we could have a nice opportunity to sneak that back to nature in, and hopefully they play another enchantment to gain some value. Or Thoughtseize. That's not going to be doing too much. It would be nice to end on a very positive nightcap, especially because I've gone pretty close to 2 hours. I wish I did that more, but commercial, I don't need a Carnage Tyrant. I already have 2, but that's like basically the perfect thing. It's a forest type land. I see what's on top. I get 1 closer to something that I actually need. Still have the 2 for back to nature. Possibly play Vaultborn next turn, but again, Narset Parter of the Veils means we only draw 1 card each turn. So I could see myself going Carnage Tyrant. Okay. I think they would get rid of a Carnage Tyrant. They might like back to nature just because that could be so painful. Taking out Omen of the Sea is not good enough for back to nature anyways. But it is a decent amount of scary stuff. So maybe it's gone. Charlie, howdy, yes, long time. I got Mythic last season for, well, a little bit later than I would have liked, but still got it pretty good. The last day, that was pretty, Palani, that's fine if you want to do that. But the last day in Mythic last month, 2 days ago I think, that was a pretty sweet run. That was nice. But it's good they got rid of Palani's Hatcher. They don't really want to play any of their enchantments because I'm about to do that. I would take out everything. Should be helpful. 2, that is very good though. It's always nice to hear people have success. I guess it's bounced in. Yeah, no, that's no good. This is good though. The Vaultborn Tyrant is painful. I almost think I would have gotten rid of that with. Yeah. We'll see. I'm hoping Vaultborn can take out Narset next turn. I have to sacrifice it, unfortunately, but I draw a card because it's on the opponent's turn. I haven't drawn a card yet, so it's not a terrible thing. I do quite like that. But yeah, if they don't have removal for the Vaultborn token, we'll try to get rid of Narset so that we can continue to draw cards. We still gain life. Narset doesn't stop that. So, oh boy. Well, I say we try for it. Oh boy, let's go. Let's go, folks. Charlie, maybe you're the good luck charm for the night. Joining at, well, hopefully they don't counter it. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. They don't have too many counter spells. It's all permanents with enter the battlefield effects. Again, I want the draws. I think they'll just quit right here.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
This is what it. Oh, the ultimate revenge for that painful game one. That's what you get, buddy. It slipped away from you. I don't see them recovering from this. That's for sure. Oh yes. An hour and 57, almost exactly 2. Yeah, take a big bite out of that like button. Yeah, definitely. Even though it was, of course, a little bit more painful than I would have wished. Lovely. Just like a couple nights ago, the last day in Mythic, well, I dumpstered this kind of deck to start. And now I get to finish the night just smoking them right out of the water. I gotta say, it was kind of hard to stay positive. You guys might have picked up on that in game 1, but now, hey, moments like these continue to happen, and I just keep them in mind, and it keeps me going. And these wins are extra satisfying against the shenanigans of what this particular deck can do. Bounce the stuff, re-discard, bounce, discard, bounce. Ooh. It's fun. I have to imagine, if you're using this, it's like, yeah, I cripple my opponent. They have nothing to play. Everything is discarded. It would get pretty addictive. But this way to play Dinosaurs also is quite addictive. So I say, yeah, we leave it there for tonight. Almost 2 hours. I got more chapters to add, even though it doesn't take too long, but I'm going to get right to them. And then maybe organize my tools. We'll see. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Right now, later on, whenever it is, wherever it is, whoever it is, hopefully your weekend continues to go good. Or your week, maybe you're super tired and you're watching on Monday on the drive to work. Hopefully traffic is very nice as well. But peace. See you next time.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?